Am I the idiot for not watching my husband's kids so he can go on a trip? When my husband and I met, he made it clear to me that he wasn't looking for someone to be a parent to his children. His kids had 2 parents already, and he was just looking for someone that he could have a relationship with, that could be a positive role model. We dated, got married. Everything was fine. I wasn't allowed to discipline his kids, and I also wasn't responsible for them. His ex had primary custody, and he just had them on the weekends, and typically he spent his time taking them out and stuff. Am I the idiot for not watching my husband's kids so he can go on a trip? When my husband and I met, he made it clear to me that he wasn't looking for someone to be a parent to his children. His kids had 2 parents already, and he was just looking for someone that he could have a relationship with, that could be a positive role model. We dated, got married. Everything was fine. I wasn't allowed to discipline his kids, and I also wasn't responsible for them. His ex had primary custody, and he just had them on the weekends, and typically he spent his time taking them out and stuff. His ex died in a car accident last year. We now have sole custody. I'm fine stepping up and doing more for them. I cook for them, help with homework here and there, etc. He's upset because he never really wanted kids, they're twins, and being a full-time parent sucks. He wants me to do school drop-offs so he can get more sleep, but that's not really what I signed up for. He's the one who told me he doesn't want another parent for his kids. His friend's bachelor party is next weekend. They're going out of town for the weekend and he wants me to watch his kids for 3 days. I told him no. I don't want to spend my weekend wrangling 2 6-year-olds by myself, who will probably be upset with him gone. They've never been away from both parents before, and they've been extra clingy to him since their mom died. I know they probably spend the whole weekend crying. He thinks I'm being a major idiot because he wants a break, and he can never make up for missing that weekend. I think he's not being fair to me or his kids. I don't think going golfing and going to a strip club with friends should be more important than your young children. Am I the idiot? Edit/update. A lot of you have said that the way things are currently aren't working. And I agree. To this day I'm still not allowed to discipline the twins, and the other day he yelled at them for accidentally calling me mom. It seems like he just wants to keep being the weekend dad and wants me to be the nanny, not their mom. I sat down and had a talk with him this morning about what we want in the future. He said that he wants me to step up and do more for the kids. I brought up the topic of them possibly calling me mom, and me legally adopting them. Because without me adopting them, if we divorce ever, I'll have no rights to seeing them. I don't want to become a parent to kids that I have no rights to. He said that them calling me mom and me adopting them would be disrespectful to his ex's memory. We talked some more, but he absolutely refused. He just wants me to watch them more so he can have more free time. Still can't discipline them. So I told him that in that case I will no longer be doing any childcare for him, and I'll be rethinking our relationship. He's absolutely pissed, and thinks I'm overreacting. Well, see how it goes, I guess. Now for a few comments before another update. I'm pretty shocked at the responses you're getting. I didn't see anywhere in your post that you don't like the twins. What I'm seeing is that he deliberately kept you from having a deeper relationship with them. Now he's the one with primary responsibility, and lo and behold, he wants you to take more of a role. He's the one who set the rules. It's on him to bring all 4 of you together as a family. It sounds like he's sticking his head in the sand about this situation of his own making. I feel like there's resentment from you, like before you weren't good enough to be their mother, but now he has no choice. You're the mom by proximity. I think I wouldn't feel really good about that myself. You and he need therapy. Find a way to work together to be the parents the children need, because they're utterly innocent in all this. They deserve people who care for them and who will strive to do their best for their needs. Their father certainly isn't, from what you've described here. Comment 2. Not the idiot. He is operating from his own needs and wants. First, he wanted for you to be a fun girlfriend, because it suited him. He robbed you of the chance to bond with the kids. Now he wants a babysitter, a housekeeper. There'll come a day again, when he takes this away from you and assigns you something else, whether it was something you wanted for yourself or not. You have a selfish man. It's time to think what you want with your life. Now for the update. Many of you said that the arrangement we had before wasn't working, and the children need us to step up and be good parents. And I agreed. My husband, however, wants me to do the childcare chores, school pickups and drop-offs, laundry, making dinner, etc., but won't let the kids call me mom. They've done it on accident and he's yelled at them. He won't let me adopt them, and I can't discipline them. I can't put them in timeout for bad behavior. Basically, he wants me to do the chores to make his life easier while he's their only real parent. I mentioned to him my concerns, that I don't think it's fair to them to deny them a mother when they obviously want one. I also don't want to build a stronger emotional bond with children that I have no legal rights to. I couldn't imagine that I'd become their full-time caretaker, and then we get divorced and I never get to see them again. That wouldn't be fair to me or them. The woes of being a step-parent, I guess. Despite all my concerns, he's not budging. I've told him that in that case, I want a divorce. I contacted a divorce attorney, that's a personal friend, yesterday, and I was advised to give him 30 days notice to move out before starting an eviction process. The house is mine from before we were married. My husband is mad because I'm the breadwinner, $200K versus $40K, and he can't afford to house his children in the same school district and give them the same quality of life. He wants me to give him my house, for the sake of the children. Yet I don't think he's ever cared that much about what's best for them. I'm terribly sorry for the kids, that their mom died and their dad sucks as a parent. But I can't resolve myself to be an unpaid babysitter for their sake. It's obvious I wasn't being viewed as an equal partner. I think I'm done dating parents. My cat is done dealing with kids too. Edit, guys, he's not getting alimony. I live in an anti-alimony state, and we were married for a year. We also have a prenup. I have a good lawyer, I don't need the... Oh, he's definitely getting alimony. Comments. Comment 1. Not the idiot. He made damn sure that you know they aren't your kids. Not your problem. Good for you for seeing through someone who was taking advantage of you. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Those poor kids lost their mom, and you're just coldly walking away because you don't want to deal with the responsibilities that come with being a step-parent. You knew what you were getting into when you married a man with children. It's not about being a fun girlfriend anymore. It's about being a caring and supportive partner and parent. You're only thinking about yourself and your rights. What about the kids' rights to have a stable and loving home? You're their stepmother, and whether you like it or not, you have a role to play in their lives. It's not about babysitting, it's about being a compassionate adult figure they can rely on. Divorce will only make things worse for those children, and you don't seem to care about that at all. You make a lot more money than your husband, and yet you want to kick him out of the house? How heartless can you be? You need to seriously reconsider your priorities and think about what's best for those innocent children. Seek therapy and try to work things out, because right now, you're failing as a step-parent and a partner. The kids deserve better, and so does your husband. Step up and be a responsible adult. Comment 3. Not the idiot. But absolutely move any paperwork or valuables out of the house while he is still there. Leave only the basics. He will break or steal poop. This dude is a user. Now, for the next story. Would I be the idiot if I asked my stepdad to walk me down the aisle instead of my dad? When I, female 28, was 4 years old, my dad cheated on my mom with his now wife and mom divorced him. She got 50-50 in custody. I hated going to my father's house because I didn't want his wife to tell me what to do. My dad reduced his time when he got married. I was 6 at that time and wasn't even invited to his wedding, but his stepkids were. His excuse was that I am still bitter and will ruin the ceremony. Over time, he only paid just the child support, and I was completely neglected. When my dad had my half-brother, he was busy with him and ignored me. He even stopped taking me to his house for the weekends. He would ignore me. He would tell me that he wouldn't talk to me unless I act like a good child, aka call my stepmom, Mom, rather than her name. He would make excuses not to take me to ice cream or do any activities. There was a time when I graduated elementary school and he promised that he and I would go fishing. He ghosted me and told my mom there was an emergency. I was again abandoned. By that time my mom started dating my stepdad, Lenny. Lenny was the father I never had. He was a single dad, but he still treated me like his own child. He taught me how to swim, how to drive my car, he attended all the school functions I was in. He was there every time my dad abandoned me. I went very low contact with my dad, only contacting him on Christmas. I don't even call him on Father's Day. So fast forward to now, I am getting married. I have asked Lenny to walk me down the aisle because he is the only dad I have ever known. My dad and his family will be coming as a guest. This infuriated my dad. He told me I am his only daughter. I shouldn't keep him away from his rights as a father. I am getting calls from his side of the family too. My father is upset, and I am sidelining him. According to him, he has been a great father, and I am being unfair to him. Also, he doesn't want Lenny to walk me down the aisle at all. I told my dad he can walk his stepdaughter on the aisle, and he will only be a guest. I have made my decision. He called an idiot and told me he didn't pay child support just so I could grow up to be an ungrateful brat. So was I wrong? I know he is my dad, but I just don't feel like he is. Now for a few comments before the update. Not the idiot. My wife chose not to have her father walk her down the aisle as she has a similar relationship with him as you describe. It isn't his right to walk you down the aisle because he donated some DNA. You owe him nothing. Seems like Lenny has earned that right. Get Lenny, your father, to walk you down the aisle. Sperm man can do one. Have a wonderful and magical day. Comment 2. Not the idiot. Serious question, why even invite him at all? I don't mean to exclude him out of spite or pettiness. I mean that after a lifetime of shutting you out in every possible way, he's lost any significance as a family member, let alone a father. For all practical purposes, he is a complete stranger almost, because he has just enough of a connection to you to cause perpetual heartache and disruption in your life. Maybe now would be a good time to sever that tie for good. Now for the update. Sorry guys, I didn't get the time to respond to replies, but I did read them in my spare time. I am currently at the airport waiting for our plane to our honeymoon, so I thought I should give you an update. And I got married 2 days ago. I can say that I am relieved to know people don't think I am doing a bad thing. So I did just that. I just texted my dad that I am not changing my decision. If he wants to come to my wedding, he can. I am not going to force him. That didn't work. He called my mom and asked to talk to me about this situation. I was hoping he would drop this, but no. He had to act as an entitled person. I wrote him a long-ass message. I did not want to talk to him without getting interrupted. My dad interrupts a lot. I told him that give me one good reason that I should let him walk me down the aisle when he has never been a dad in my life. He never cared enough to make his marriage work with mom and decided to betray her and our family. Despite all of that, I still loved him, but every time he left me and abandoned me. Lenny has been my dad growing up. I doubt he even knows anything about me. He is just some guy who used to pay my child support and with whom I share DNA. He is nothing like my dad because he missed all the big events in my life. He never cared or even tried to be there for him, and he has the audacity to call me his daughter. Since he didn't do his fatherly duties, I don't think I should do any daughter duties towards him. How can he possibly think he could give me away when he already gave me away 20 years ago? Few minutes go by and then he calls me and asks if this is what I have thought about him my entire life. I asked him where he was when I was graduating. Where was he when I won first prize in my dancing competition? Where was he when I needed someone to guide me? I dare him to tell me one thing about me. How much does he know about me? When was the last time he initiated any conversations with me? He went silent. He asked me if I was still mad about the past. I told him the past was the reason I know he is an unreliable man. All these years, if he has taught me anything, it is that he is a shitty father, and someone like him cannot be trusted. I made the biggest mistake of my life believing he would come through. The only reason I never even bother is because of what he did in the past. Lastly, I will not push him to come to my wedding. That is his choice. It's not that he is paying for it anyways. That was it. Later I got a message from my stepmom that what I said has broken my father. He is very much upset. I told her, well, if he was upset by the truth, then he shouldn't have asked and pushed my buttons. He has ignored me all my childhood. He doesn't get to play the dad. My wedding went smoothly. I would say the majority of my father's side of the family bailed. I had mom's side and some of Lenny's family as well. But overall it was fine. I cannot be more thankful to Lenny. Though it still hurts getting betrayed by my own dad, I am okay. My kids will know Lenny as their grandfather. Comment 1. You broke his fantasy that he was a good father. That's what his current issue is. Stepmom can pound sand cause she wasn't the one that suffered. It's amazing how abusers want everything to be in the past. Glad to hear the wedding went well. Your real father, Lenny, is the man. Bet he's gonna spoil his grandchildren relentlessly. Enjoy your life with your chosen family. You earned it. Comment 2. You're the idiot. Wow, you're a real piece of work. Your dad is right. You're being an ungrateful brat. He's your father, and you should respect that. Lenny has no right to walk you down the aisle. He's just your mom's boyfriend. You're clearly just trying to hurt your dad and make him feel bad. You're so cold-hearted, it's no wonder he didn't want to be around you. And now you're trying to cut him out of your life completely? That's just cruel. I hope your dad's family